The Journey of a Mighty Whale, a children's story. In the vast expanse of the ocean, there lived a magnificent humpback whale named Finn. Every year, Finn and his family would embark on a long journey across the ocean to their winter home where they could find plenty of food and warmer waters. As they began their journey, Finn and his family encountered a school of playful dolphins who welcomed them with flips and jumps. The dolphins had swum with Finn's family before and were excited to see their old friends once again. "Welcome back, Finn," squeaked one of the dolphins, twirling around in circles. Finn responded with a deep bellow, indicating his pleasure at seeing his old friends. The two groups swam together for a while, enjoying each other's company and playfully splashing water. As they continued their journey, Finn and his family soon realized that they were not alone in the vast ocean. Other sea creatures like sharks, turtles, and even tiny planktons crossed their paths, each with their unique story to tell. But as they swam further, they began to encounter other challenges and dangers in the ocean. As the days passed, the whale continued to swim through the vast ocean. One day, it encountered a group of playful dolphins leaping and splashing around. The whale was delighted to see them and decided to join in their game. It soared high out of the water and landed with a tremendous splash, sending water droplets everywhere. The dolphins cheered and swam closer to the whale, delighted to have made a new friend. The whale felt a warm feeling inside, happy to have encountered such friendly creatures on its journey. But it knew it had to keep moving if it wanted to reach its destination. So, with a heavy heart, the whale bid farewell to its new friends and continued its journey through the vast ocean. As the journey continued, the migrating whale encountered a pod of playful dolphins. They jumped and swam around the massive creature, chattering excitedly. The whale was delighted by their antics and decided to join in on the fun. The whale began to move its massive tail up and down, causing waves that sent the dolphins soaring into the air. They splashed down into the water, grinning and chattering with excitement. The whale repeated this motion several times, thoroughly enjoying the playtime with its new friends. After a while, the dolphins tired out and began to swim away, calling goodbye to the whale. The massive creature watched them go, feeling a pang of sadness at the thought of leaving its new friends behind. But the whale knew that it had to continue on its journey, and so it set off once again, its powerful tail propelling it forward through the vast ocean. As the whale continued its journey, it encountered a group of playful dolphins. The dolphins swam circles around the whale, chattering excitedly and leaping out of the water in acrobatic displays. At first, the whale was taken aback by the dolphins' energy and exuberance, but soon it found itself caught up in their playful antics. The whale spun and twirled, splashing water in all directions, and the dolphins darted around it, clicking and whistling with delight. For a while, the whale forgot all about the long journey ahead and simply enjoyed the company of its new friends. But eventually, the dolphins grew tired and swam away, leaving the whale alone once more. The whale continued on its journey, but now it felt a little less lonely, knowing that there were other creatures in the vast ocean who were friendly and kind. As the whale continued its journey, it encountered a group of dolphins playing in the ocean. The whale was delighted to see the energetic creatures jumping and diving through the waves, and it decided to join in on the fun. The dolphins welcomed the whale into their play and showed it how to do flips and spins in the water. For hours, the whale and the dolphins played together, their laughter echoing across the ocean. The whale had never felt so happy and carefree in its entire life. It was grateful for the company of these friendly creatures and felt like it had found a new family. Eventually, the dolphins had to leave to hunt for their own food, and the whale continued on its journey. but it knew that it would never forget the joy it had experienced with the playful dolphins. As the days passed, the migrating whale encountered various obstacles on its journey across the ocean. One day, the whale swam into a thick layer of garbage floating on the water's surface. There were plastic bags, bottles, and other debris that made it difficult for the whale to swim. The whale tried to move around the garbage, but there was just too much of it. It felt frustrated and helpless. Suddenly, it remembered the advice that the seagull had given and started to blow bubbles. The bubbles helped to push some of the garbage away, and the whale could swim more freely. As it continued on its journey, the whale realized the impact of human activity on the ocean. It saw oil spills and fishing nets that trapped and harmed sea creatures. It decided to use its voice to raise awareness and protect its fellow ocean dwellers. The whale sang a beautiful song that traveled across the ocean, calling on humans to take care of the ocean and its inhabitants. Its song was heard by people all around the world, and they were moved to take action to protect the ocean. With a sense of pride and purpose, the whale continued on its journey, knowing that it had made a difference. As the whale continued its journey, it encountered a group of playful dolphins swimming and jumping around it. The whale slowed down its pace to match that of the dolphins and started playing with them. The dolphins seemed to be enjoying the company of the massive whale, and they started swimming closer to it, jumping over its back and performing flips in the air. The whale was delighted to have found some friends on its journey and continued to play with the dolphins for hours. As the sun started setting, the dolphins waved goodbye to the whale and swam away, disappearing into the vast ocean. The whale continued its journey, feeling grateful for the moments of joy and connection with the dolphins. It knew that even though it was alone, it was never truly alone in the vast expanse of the ocean. As the days went on, the whale encountered more and more trash and pollution in the water. It saddened the whale to see the effects of humans on its beloved ocean, but it remained determined to push forward. One day, as the whale was swimming, it heard a strange sound in the distance. It was a song, unlike anything the whale had ever heard before. Curious, the whale followed the sound and found a group of humpback whales singing and swimming together. The humpback whales welcomed the migrating whale and invited it to join their group. The migrating whale had never felt so accepted and grateful. Together, they swam through the ocean, singing and playing, and the migrating whale felt a sense of belonging that it had never felt before. But the journey was not over yet, and the migrating whale knew it had to continue on. With a heavy heart, the whale bid farewell to its new friends and set off once again, feeling stronger and more determined than ever before. As the migrating whale finally reached its destination, it was exhausted but also filled with a sense of accomplishment. It had made it through the challenges and obstacles of the long journey, and it was grateful for the experiences and friendships it had made along the way. The migrating whale sang a final song, bidding farewell to the ocean and all the creatures that had accompanied it on its journey. And as the sun set on the horizon, the migrating whale closed its eyes, feeling content and at peace. Good night, little ones, and may you dream of grand adventures and the beauty of the ocean. As the days passed, the whale and her pod made their way closer and closer to their destination. They had overcome countless obstacles and faced many dangers along the way, but they had persevered through it all. Finally, after many long weeks of traveling, the whale and her pod arrived at their destination, a warm and welcoming bay where they could rest and feed before beginning their journey back home. As the whale looked out at the beautiful bay and felt the warm sun on her skin, she felt a deep sense of satisfaction and pride. She had led her pod on a successful journey, and they had all worked together to overcome the challenges they had faced along the way. As the sun began to set, the whale and her pod gathered together to rest and enjoy the peacefulness of the bay. And as they drifted off to sleep, The whale felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they had taken together. And so, with a final good night to the whale and her pod, we end our story. May you dream of the adventures that await you, and may you wake up ready to face whatever challenges come your way. Good night.